Hey Pugh crew, welcome back. We are outside of Universal Studios Florida, and in today's video we're going to show you some of the hidden entrances or shortcuts that we like to use, especially when it's busy like it is today, and maybe when some of them are open, because some of the ones that we're going to show you, they're not open all the time, but when they are open, they will save you some steps, which is what this is all about, saving some of those precious steps.
So we're gonna go ahead and head into Universal Studios. We're gonna make our way to the back of this park to start with our first hidden entrance, and then we're gonna work our way to the front before we head over to Islands of Adventure.
So we just got through the front gate, and like I said, it is really busy in here today, but that's not surprising because it is a holiday weekend. Okay, so we have made it back here to Diagon Alley, which is where our first hidden entrance is. And it is just the entrance to Diagon Alley, which is hidden. Don't worry, that's not the only one we're going to talk about back here or in Diagon Alley in general. But some people do still have trouble finding this entrance.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, they did it on purpose. Like, they did it because that's how they wanted it to be themed, because it isn't obvious to muggles.
If you're looking for the entrance to Diagon Alley, you need to look for this red building with the brick wall. You can also look for this red telephone booth because the main entrance is just past that on the left. If this is the first time that you're visiting Diagon Alley, this is the entrance that we suggest using because of the wow factor. But if you're just wanting to head in really quickly and avoid some of the people that like to stop and take pictures just inside this entrance, there is a separate entrance that you can use.
So this over here is technically another entrance into Diagon Alley, but it sort of puts you off in the exact same spot as the main entrance. The kind of hidden entrance that we're talking about is if you walk past those two entrances we just showed you, you just gotta walk over here. You're going towards 12 Grimmauld Place, and it's just gonna be over here on the left. So this hidden entrance over here brings you out in between Sugar Plums and the Hoppin' Pot. So it's kind of like a shortcut to Butterbeer, which makes it the best kind of shortcut.
And for our next hidden entrance, we're actually gonna stay in Diagon Alley, and we're gonna show you how to get to Nocturne Alley. There are actually 3 separate entrances, so we're gonna go ahead and show you where all 3 of them are.
So the main entrance into Nocturne Alley is just over here, just past the Leaky Cauldron. What's funny is my brother has been here a ton. I mean, not as much as us, but they've been here quite a bit. They're annual pass holders.
Yeah.
And just today I had to show him where Nocturne Alley is, so people do miss it from time to time.
Nocturne Alley is a really cool place in general, but one of the things that we love about it is how cold it is. So it's a really great place to like go and get out of the sun and cool down for a few minutes. But we're gonna head to the back of Diagon Alley to show you the other 2 entrances. For the other 2 entrances, you're gonna wanna head to this back corner of Diagon Alley between the bathrooms and the Fountain of Fair Fortune.
Yeah, so the first entrance you're gonna come to, it just has the Borgin and Burke sign above it, so you're just gonna head down that tunnel.
And for the last one, it's in this very back corner, and you'll see another little Nocturne Alley sign pointing the direction ahead.
So not really a hidden entrance, but it is kind of a shortcut, and that would be, of course, King's Cross. Jumping on the Hogwarts Express, that's going to get you over to Islands of Adventure and also save some of those steps.
This one isn't always going to save you time, though.
No.
Sometimes the wait for the Hogwarts Express gets really, really long, but if you do have Express Pass or if that wait time is low, that is a great shortcut. We do have one more shortcut to show you in Universal Studios before we make our way over to Islands of Adventure, but it is at the front of the parks, so we're gonna make our way up there.
So this is sort of a shortcut, so I figured I might as well say it. A lot of people when they're heading to the front of the parks, they'll go over here, go towards Mummy, It's normally our natural route too, but you can save a few steps if you'll go towards Transformers and then just cut to the right of it. I think we've calculated it's like 200 to 300 steps less, especially and you can do that in the mornings as well if you're trying to get back to Diagon Alley. It's just a way to save a few steps here or there. So this next, I won't even call it a hidden entrance or necessarily a secret walkway. But it's definitely a shortcut. They don't have it open all the time. As a matter of fact, I'll just say they don't have it open very often at all. But we do wish they'd utilize it a little bit more because it does save so many steps.
So down here between the Universal store and Despicable Me, Mimi and Mayhem, there is an alleyway with a gate. When that gate is open and there are Universal team members down there with the little card scanners.
Yeah, like set up, they'll be waiting for you to scan your park-to-park tickets. Exactly what they're checking for.
Right, you can take this shortcut over to Islands of Adventure and it'll dump you out in Seuss Landing.
Like I just said, I wish they would utilize this a lot more because A, it takes a lot of pressure off of like the other entrances, and B, like it saves so much time. Like it's such a quick way to get over there. We love it when they have this open, but it seems like the only time we really see it is either like spring break or during the summer.
Yeah.
It's really busy today, and I think they could benefit from having it open more often. So now we are going to exit Universal Studios and head on over to Islands of Adventure, but along the way there is another hidden entrance. So the hidden entrance in between the two parks is what we used to call the Blue Man Group entrance. I don't know really what to call it anymore.
Yeah.
I guess we'll call it like the snake entrance because it's the only place at the parks where we've ever seen a snake. We're not telling you to be afraid to come this way. We've seen it once and we've come in here a lot of times. This is another one that's not open all the time, just like sometimes, but we do like to check it from time to time because it's a lot less busy.
So this entrance is just for Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And that gate that we showed you back there between the Minions ride and the Universal Studios store.
You're the one that takes you between the two parks.
Right, that is where this entrance will take you. So that's where you'll come into Universal Studios. They do sometimes use that entrance for special events. Like right now, they have a sign up for the Halloween Horror Nights Unmasking the Horror Tour. And when we came to the Orlando Informer meetup last December, this is where we checked in. But we're gonna make our way over to Islands of Adventure now, and we do have two secret pathways or hidden entrances that we wanna show you over there.
And now we're headed into Islands of Adventure. The adventure begins, and so do the shortcuts. One place that I know I don't want to take a shortcut is through Port of Entry. That is just my favorite place in the parks. Other than the Harry Potter areas, that is my favorite place in the parks. Like, it's such a great entrance, and I think a lot of people just walk through it without giving it any notice.
Yeah.
And it is gorgeous, and we hang out in there sometimes, just love the music. I listen to the music at home all the time. She'll just come home from work and just be like, again?
So the first shortcut we're going to show you in Islands of Adventure is here in Seuss Landing, and we were honestly kind of confused about it at first because apparently most people think that you have to go right and walk all the way through Seuss Landing, and
they go through Cat in the Hat.
And they don't realize that you can turn left right here by Green Eggs and Ham.
So this, like Anna said, this is how we've just always come.
Yeah.
So we were like confused when people were like, "Oh, you take the shortcut," and it's like, sure, yeah, that's what we do. But it is the quickest way to get into Lost Continent, which is exactly where our next shortcut will be. Moose Goose Juice?
The last shortcut is the bridge that bypasses Hogsmeade.
Yeah, so it was the one, wasn't built for Velocicoaster, but it's the one that takes you to the Velocicoaster entrance from the Lost Continent.
If you're walking through the Lost Continent, the bridge is just before you get to Fire Eater's Grill on your left. This is also the only shortcut that we've talked about that is worth walking through just for the views. This bridge is absolutely gorgeous. So this bridge did exist prior to the opening of the Velocicoaster, and the purpose for it was so that you could go around Hogsmeade if you didn't want to walk through it, because Hogsmeade does get so crowded. But now it brings you right to the entrance of the Velocicoaster.
All right, guys, that does it for our hidden entrances, secret pathways, shortcuts, whatever you want to call them. But if you know of any that we didn't mention, let us know in the comments down below. Since we finished up over here by Velocicoaster, we're gonna go ahead and jump on it.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. You can hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification so you get an alert every time we post a new video.
Thanks for watching.